Yo, it's your boy Jay Boogie back with another video today. Today, I'll be talking about one of the greatest, if not the greatest, pound for pound player, the culture icon himself for the game of basketball, Allen Iverson. Man, Allen Iverson, man, pretty much was a big influence to the game of basketball. Once he came to the league, had a big swagger to himself, winning attitude. This dude developed a whole revolutionized of the meaning of crossing somebody over. And pretty much you're seeing this clip right now. Man, this dude handled was out this world. You see, he had one of the most iconic crossovers, double crossovers. Allen Iverson was just a trendsetter. He was a big influence to people like me growing up watching basketball, especially, of course, in the 2000s. And, especially coming to lead with the cornrows, the tattoos, the arm sleeve, and just that swagger he brought, and just that real, raw human being that he was, that he still is to this day. But especially in the league, he didn't change up. Pretty much, like I said, man, in terms of basketball, a good mid-range scorer, real quick, his crossover. The biggest thing about his crossovers I learned throughout the years and the older I've gotten is the fact that once he gets you with that hang crossover, he's already quick and he's shifty. So all it's going to take is just that one simple quick hang crossover, pull up mid-range shot, can go to the rim. He's one of the greatest relentless finishers at his size and at his height. And, with him already being a tough-minded individual, of course, he played football in high school. So finishing through finishing through bigger opponents, bigger guards, bigger forwards, bigger centers, that was easy to him. So with him already driving in, shooting over 2 7-footers, finishing at the rim, acrobatic finishes, Allen Iverson had that in his bag. But his ball handling skills, arguably, people would say he has the greatest ball handling skills of all time. And there's an argument that him and Kyrie are neck to neck in that category. And Allen Iverson, with the Philadelphia 76ers, carried that franchise post Charles Barkley era. And, pretty much, carried them to consecutive playoff appearances, finals appearance in 01. And, Allen Iverson was just a culture icon to the world, and especially to younger black males in the community playing basketball. It just wanted to be like him, have that swagger, dribbling like him, the crossovers. And, like I said, you seeing this clip, man, his ball handling skills was out this world, and his shot creating ability was just as lethal just as his crossovers, because now that you think you can stop him at the rim, but he can easily has a deadly mid-range floater, especially that cross, rim shot that he do with the floater. And, Allen Iverson was just in his bag. And, pretty much you see his stats, his accolades, it's just out this world. And he was a good on-ball defender in terms of getting steals. And then especially being a smaller defender, it's quicker for him to get those type steals. And then moving on to his best season with the 76ers, the 2000-2001 season, seeing this clip, pretty much he won MVP this year. And Allen Iverson that year, man, was just balling out. Pretty much I think the year before, 2 seasons before, they were thinking about trading him. So, he heading into that season, he had one mission, balling out, carrying him to a deep playoff run. He did just that. He reached the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, lost to Kobe and Shaq team. That duo was unstoppable, of course. But, Allen Iverson in his clip, man, you see his scoring ability, his finishing ability at the rim. A guard that small, but with that type of mentality and mindset, it's unstoppable to stop, because of the fact that he's already relentless to finish at the rim, and he's aggressive, and he has such great hanging time and acrobatic finish once he gets to the rack. And then, like I said, that cross floater shot that he do in the mid-range free throw area, more like in the paint. He got that in his bag. That's one of his best signature shots, just because of the fact that he's so quick and he could rise up and pull up at any given time. And then, he has, I think throughout these highlights I've been watching over the years, especially recently. You know, he has a very deadly step back jump shot in mid range, and a lot of people don't talk about that, but that's one of his other go-to moves, just because of the fact that his ball handling skills is so variety. And once you get that hand crossover dribble, I mean, what more can you do? Like, you can't stop that. And like I say, you see in this clip, his scoring abilities, the three ball, the mid range, the finishing ability, and he was a good passer. I think he averaged, I want to say for his career Sixers, more than 5 up to 6 assists per game. And, you know, Allen Iverson, you know, of course he wasn't the biggest efficient scorer, and he was a volume scorer, but when he was getting buckets, once he hit that heat check, I mean, hey, expecting 3 strike crossovers, mid-range pull-up, 3 ball, making 3-4 threes in a row, and then finishing at the rim. And he going to catch 1 or 2 good dunks. So, Allen Iverson has some sneak bunnies. People forget about that. When he came to the league, especially in Georgetown, I mean, dude was dunking over taller defenders, and putback dunks, and alley-oop. You know, y'all look up them highlights. Dude has some bunnies, some sneak bunnies for sure. But Allen Iverson was a culture icon, to say the least. You know, like I said, man, with the cornrows, the braids, the tattoos, the sleeve, just a swagger, just a real raw humbleness of himself, carrying himself and never changing up, despite what the media says about him. The outside noise, the controversy, and all the other stuff. Allen Iverson was the man of the people, basically, and still is man of the people. I mean, so many guards and players to this day looked up to him, especially in his prime of his career. And, you know, Allen Iverson was just phenomenal. And then, you know, moving on to the 2005-06 season, his biggest scoring season yet of his career. Well, not yet, but of all time. 33 points per game, and you see in this clip how this dude can just simply just go off and scoring. I mean, dude averaged 33 points per game. Just at no more than 6 foot, 5'11". And like I said, man, Allen Iverson was a relentless scoring machine. Like I said, he wasn't the most efficient. I know people like to throw that stuff out there, but once he gets going, what can you do? You can't stop him. You literally can't stop him. And Allen Iverson, bro, was just phenomenal in this clip. I mean, dude, like I said, his shot creating ability is heavily overlooked just because his razzling, dazzling handles. But once he do those type shots, once he gets into his shots, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, his mid-range pull-up is just as lethal. Cross mid-range floater, finishing at the rim over bigger defenders. So Allen Iverson was really a good three-level scorer. Like I said, he just wasn't the biggest efficient outside of finishing at the rim, just because, like I say, he was real quick and shifting this with his ball handling skills and his agility and mobility. And, you know, like I said, this season, the 05-06 season, I was in the 2nd grade. So I remember this season vividly, just because I remember him and Iguodala had some very, 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 very electrifying highlight plays. So I definitely remember this season as a kid for sure, because I was in the 2nd grade when this happened. So, Allen Iverson, man, like I said, dude's one of the greatest scorers at his height position, the greatest pound-for-pound player of all time, no doubt about it. And, you know, like I said, his scoring ability, his handling, his swag, his approach, playing every single game like his last, always giving 120% per night, being the smallest guy on the court. You cannot beat that. And then, you know, of course, trade to the Denver Nuggets is his highlights, his accolades, his stats. I couldn't find good highlights of his Denver highlights for whatever reason. I couldn't find them, but, you know, pretty much, like I said, he had a decent run with the Nuggets, still scoring more than 21 points per game with him and Melo, but they couldn't get up the hump. You know, couldn't get out the first round, and he still made at least an All-Star appearance during his Denver Nuggets run. But, you know, like I said, man, Allen Iverson, all in all, man, the greatest pound-for-pound player of all time, culture icon, inspiration to many others still to this day. So that's my take on the great Allen Iverson, pound-for-pound player of all time. You like this video, like, comment, share, subscribe to whatever you gotta do. And love you guys. J Boogie is out.